In this video, I want to share with you exactly how I manifested over $100,000, how I finally broke through and completely transformed what I thought was possible when I had less than $100 in my bank account. And my deepest wish for you is that you take this formula, you model it, and you completely change your life forever. So let's get into it. So how did all this happen? Well, it's 2018. I'm a struggling and hustling tennis coach in LA. And one night after a long day of teaching, I get home and my daughter wants to play Monopoly. We're halfway through the game and then the lights go out. Except it didn't go out. The electricity was shut off because we didn't pay the bills. And I'm thinking, oh man, like the one thing we never wanted was for our daughter to grow up in this lack consciousness. We wanted her to have a solid belief that she was always taken care of and she never had to want for anything. So I did what any father would do in this situation. I lied. Told her we'd be playing camp out that night instead. And that moment changed me profoundly. See, my wife and I had been studying the law of attraction and manifestation and all of those things. But something shifted inside of me at that moment. I made a decision, a powerful decision, that I would do whatever was necessary to shift my state, to get rid of all the subconscious programming around lack, so that we could naturally attract the abundance that was coming to us. So I started getting laser focused on all of the inner work that I'm about to share with you. And here's what's crazy. In just a few weeks, we started seeing some really amazing things happen. So the first thing I did is I wrote down every limiting belief about myself as it related to abundance. And I questioned every single one of them. And there were two big ones that were destroying my ability to receive abundance. The first belief was that abundance is money. Now, money is one form of abundance, but it's not the only form. In fact, abundance, which I love, I heard this from Bashar, is the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And when you use that definition, abundance could be being given a gift. It could be trading for something. It could be synchronicity, meeting the right person at the right time. It could be imagination. You suddenly get an idea for a way to create more resources for yourself. And when I finally got this, everything shifted. Now, the second big one was that I wasn't worthy to receive abundance. And this is a struggle for a lot of people. But when I started questioning this belief, I realized it was complete nonsense. It was just a story that I'd been telling myself to keep myself humble. Now, what I did was I used meditation to reprogram my subconscious mind. I started using very specific binaural beats that I found on YouTube. And these got my brains into the alpha brainwave state, which is when the barrier from the conscious to the subconscious mind begins to disappear. Then I'd go through this process of sensing the space around my body that I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. See, this sort of open focus begins to slow your brainwaves down and gets you into the operating system of the subconscious mind. And that's where the magic happens. Once I wasn't aware of being a body local in space and time, once I felt that I was pure awareness, I would visualize myself as a happy, wealthy, and abundant person. I saw myself going through Costco with a giant cart, those big carts you have at Costco, and just throwing whatever I wanted in there. I visualized myself making donations to charities and taking my family out to really nice dinners, seeing large deposits go into my checking account. See, this created the feeling of abundance inside of me, and I really anchored this feeling into my nervous system. So I was building new neural pathways and conditioning my body with these elevated emotions. And here's what started happening almost immediately. First, I just felt this incredible ease about money, even though I didn't have any. When I got like a notification to pay a bill, I wouldn't be as triggered for as long. Then something really beautiful started happening. I would start finding these coins on the side of the road. And I would always find coins before, but this time, instead of just saying, oh, that's just a penny or it's just a nickel, I would have this really deep sense of gratitude and of awe that in some way I was connected to what I was finding. I gave thanks and I felt empowered, because I knew that I had manifested this from my new state of being. Now, a few weeks later, my great friend and mentor asks me out to lunch, and he says, bring your social security card and your proof of residence. And I'm like, this guy's gonna take me out so that Raquel can get the life insurance. And then he proceeds to tell me that he's gonna leave me over $100,000 in his will. But that's not even the most incredible part of the story. You see, that moment completely changed my entire sense of everything. I felt complete gratitude and awe and love and total fulfillment. I just felt like so in love with life. Now, thankfully, my friend is still alive, but the gift that he gave me was so much more than the money. He helped me reset my entire reality, and he gave me evidence that what I was doing in my nervous system had a tangible effect outside of me. And then it gets even better. A year later, we move into our dream home, and really the perfect circumstances to move into it. We now have a thriving business doing what my wife and I absolutely love to do, making more money than we ever thought was possible. See, we created this amazing pickleball community that comes to our house 4 days a week. We take really close friends to exotic vacations and get paid very well to do it. And my hourly teaching rate is about 10 times what it was 5 years ago. But the best part is now I'm teaching this stuff to you, and I get to do what I really love to do, which is teach principles of creating through energy. Now, here's exactly what you can do to start having these sort of miracles happen in your life. Next time you feel a negative emotion, ask yourself this power question. What would I have to believe is true about myself in order to be feeling this way right now? Then ask yourself, is it actually true? Spoiler alert, it never is. Now, you can also ask, what am I getting out of buying into this belief? Because the whole idea is that we only hold on to beliefs that we believe serve us. Once you start asking these questions, that's the beginning of the end of those negative beliefs. Then use that meditation process that I outlined to solidify these new beliefs in your subconscious mind. And this will literally rewire your brain for abundance. Look, I'm not sharing this stuff to brag. I'm sharing this because if it could help me in the struggle that I was in, then it can absolutely work for you too. The universe is completely abundant, and you are absolutely worthy of receiving everything that you need. Your current circumstances don't dictate what's going to happen in the future. It's your beliefs about what you think is true about yourself that dictate everything. Just start with one small step today. Question one limiting belief. Find one coin and feel genuine gratitude. Spend 10 minutes in your meditation visualizing an abundant life. And feel the feelings of already having it. The magic's already inside of you. You just have to remember to access it. If this message resonated with you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. And let me know in the comments, what's one limiting belief that you're going to question? I read every single comment, and I'm here to support you in your journey. Remember, abundance is your birthright. It's time to claim it. And if you like this video, just watch this one next. I think it'll really help you.